We are just 92 days away from the 2024 general elections. We're live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125. Our lead stories this hour on Joy News Prime. Electoral Commission rejects NDC's call for forensic investigation into voter register. That's according to the party after a 3-hour crucial meeting over irregularities on the voter roll.
They have not accepted the independent forensic audit. Expectedly.
But what is the next line of action for the NDC after this? Details shortly. Also, Bawumia campaign team comes under fire for allegedly using the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to invite diplomats to a meeting. The NDC minority in Parliament is accusing the party of abusing its incumbency.
Undermine our image in the Committee of Nations. You don't do this. This is abuse of incumbency, abuse of office. And you see, these people want to just bring us to the lowest ebb.
Now, we'll engage an international relations expert on this development. Now, and later in the bulletin, we will tell you about the top traditional Botswana group, Culture Spears, and how they are using their music and social media to bridge the gap between the young and the old.
When I'm saying I'm talking about the shoes. The shoes that were by Kulenya. Kulenya is the man who's cheating, who's entering my house. You know, this is common in Africa.
Let's start from the election headquarters, and that is brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. The Chartered Institute of Management Accountants and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants. Also by the German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental Wellness and Beauty. Also by the Chopbox Technologies, the Convenience Service and Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gap for positive youth development. The New Patriotic Party's presidential campaign team is facing criticisms from the NDC's minority in Parliament for using the Foreign Affairs Ministry to send out invitations to diplomats to a meeting. The Bawumia campaign had requested to meet with diplomats resident in the country, but the invitation letter was sent through the Ministry for Foreign Affairs. We will get into the reactions and the response of the campaign team shortly. First, here is the content of the invitation letter. Now, the letter reads that it's an invitation letter sent to diplomats. It says the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is, inviting you to a meeting with the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And the fact is, now it says, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration of the Republic of Ghana presents its complement to all diplomatic missions, international organizations, and honorary consulate resident in Accra, and at the instance of the diplomatic liaison team of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's campaign, has the honor to extend an invitation to the head of mission to attend a briefing session on Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's 2024 presidential campaign, scheduled to take place at the Kempinski Hotel, Accra, on Friday, 6th September 2024, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. It says missions may contact Lexi Boahene on the telephone number 050-242-9959 or email diplomaticliaison24@gmail.com for confirmation of attendance or any further information. Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration of the Republic of Ghana avails itself of this opportunity to renew to all diplomatic missions, international organizations, and honorary consulates resident in Accra the assurances of its highest consideration. Now, North Tone MP and former minority spokesperson on foreign affairs says the development is a breach of diplomatic protocols and an abuse of the foreign ministry for political gain. He says his side will push to have the foreign minister dragged before Parliament to answer questions.
This has never happened in the entire history of Ghana. You do not reduce Ghana's foreign ministry to an appendage of a political party. You do not do that. It is totally abominable. It is reprehensible. It is absolutely unacceptable. It flies against diplomatic protocols. It flies against the credibility of state institutions. No least an institution than the foreign ministry. It is not done. Look, there is nothing wrong with a campaign inviting diplomats to have an interaction with them. We all do that. The last NDC manifesto launch, we invited diplomats. We did that directly. So let your party directly invite the diplomats. You do not instruct the foreign minister. And if you look at the letter states that at the instance of the Bawumia campaign diplomatic liaison team. I mean, so is the foreign ministry now telling us that with this precedent, the NDC can also write to them and tell them, organize the diplomats for us. We want to meet you, want to meet them. The CPP writes, Nana Bediakou and co. write to the foreign ministry that Nana Bediakou wants to have an interaction with the diplomats. So foreign ministry, invite them. You don't do that. I mean, the diplomats who have received these letters are totally disgusted. They are appalled. They are asking, I mean, when did Ghana sink this low? Because this doesn't happen. No country does this. They have never seen this before. We are protesting, and we are going to summon the foreign minister. She must tell us how this happened. Did she endorse this? Did she approve it? If she didn't, how is she going to investigate this, find out the officials who have reduced our foreign ministry into such disrepute? What will be the sanctions and what measures will be put in place to forestall this? This is horrendous. You don't do that. It is so disgraceful. You are lowering our image in the Committee of Nations. It is not done anywhere. It has never happened. Look, the credibility, the high stature of Ghana's foreign ministry, the ministry that produced a foreign minister who became the first president of the UN General Assembly, a country that has produced a Secretary General of the United Nations. Look at how our foreign ministers are held in high esteem. Look at Honorable Hannah Tete's role at the UN, Dr. Ibn Chambers. You know, even the current foreign minister is because of our pedigree. That is why she's campaigning to be Commonwealth Secretary General. These things undermine our image in the Committee of Nations.
We've been trying to reach out to the campaign team of Dr. Bawumia to have a reaction, but unfortunately, we have not been successful. Now, still staying with politics, the presidential candidate of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has taken his campaign to the street of Ayawaso, West Wuogon, Adentan, and Medina constituencies in the Greater Accra region. This is to enable him to connect with the people in line with his constituency-focused nationwide campaign tour. Kenneth Jesse was with the Vice President's campaign and our reports.
Mahmoud Bawumia began his tour by first visiting the Santana market at Tesano Down. Dr. Bawumia also made a whistle stop at the Konglo traffic light where he interacted with the people. Engaging students at the Accra College of Education, he maintained that his administration, if given the nod, will continue to use digitalization as a tool for job creation and continue the free SHS policy.
When we came into office, we didn't have bank accounts for most Ghanaians. Only 30% of the adult population of Ghana had bank accounts. Many people had mobile money accounts, but the mobile money accounts were limited. If you had MTN, you couldn't send money to someone with Vodafone or Airtel Tigo. And you couldn't take money from a bank account and put in a Momo account. So I said, let us make the Momo account like a bank account through mobile money interoperability. When I said that, many people said it was not possible. No country in Africa had done so. Not even in the US had they done so. And I said, it is possible.
The Chief of Staff and a former Member of Parliament for Ayawaso West Wuogon, Frema Opare, appealed to the constituents to vote for both Dr. Bawumia and the MP for the area, Lydia Al-Hassan.
Constituency ni dana kuma so nia ehia obekọ akopre no de aba enti sene abatos aba mesramo obi a yenim na nopa no yanso kan ya hwe ne enti munimu no Munim na juma awaye, munim na ho brasier, munim odo awowo ema constituency. Enti da no duru so amadaworoma, mesremo, monfa, mobei, Lydia, Alasan, enkoye MP.
The tour of the Ayawaso West, Medina and Adentan constituencies, which was climaxed at the Bauleshi Park, made stops at Presby Church at Frafraha, Central Pentecost Church at Oyarifa and Medina Zongo.
Now, the Electoral Commission has rejected the National Democratic Congress's call for a forensic audit of the current voter register. That is according to the Director of Elections of the NDC, Dr. Omane Boamah, after an emergency meeting with the EC. The NDC has consistently raised concerns over irregularities in the voter roll, asking for an immediate audit. The party today held a crucial meeting with the Commission to iron out things. Now, my colleague James Aveji was there and our reports.
National Democratic Congress in the past few weeks have been raising serious concerns over some irregularities captured in the provisional voter register following the just ended voter exhibition exercise. They, on the back of that, demanded a meeting with the Electoral Commission to deliberate over these issues. The EC has this Friday granted them that audience, leading to a meeting between the two parties lasting for about 3 hours. After the meeting, Dr. Omane Boamah, Director of Elections for the NDC, said, among other things, is the call for a forensic audit into the current voter roll, as what they put before the EC.
Voters in the 2023 register who have been deleted from the 2024 register. 1. 2. Voters transferred to different polling stations, okay, but the voters are not in the absent list.
How many persons are we talking about?
In terms of that is, so far, what we have identified, 2,094. The first I category is 3,957. There's a third I category. Previous transfers illegally added to 2024 transfers. And guess what? 243,540. The EC must agree if the EC has nothing to hide. And we don't want to believe they have anything to hide. The EC must agree for an independent body to audit this. It has happened before. And let me speak on authority and in locus classicus that the UNDP is ready and willing to provide the support only if the Electoral Commission will write to request for this support.
He said the Electoral Commission have rejected their call for forensic audit.
They have not accepted the independent forensic audit. Expectedly. It's not all doctors who readily refer. It's not all workers who readily, when issues are above them, refer. Some of them wait until bridges collapse. Some of them wait until patients are even at the verge of dying before they push them. We would have loved that the Electoral Commission accepted this. Unfortunately, the Electoral Commission did not. However, it doesn't take away the fact that a forensic audit is what it will take to assure Ghanaians.
Although it is unclear what the next line of action will be for the NDC, they are promising that they will keep pushing and keep involving other stakeholders in this discussion until the EC does all the corrections. From the EC headquarters here in Accra, my name is James Aveji for Joy News.
Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the National Democratic Congress, Dr. Rashid Tanko, computer, joins us live with more. Haruna Mohammed of the MPP will also be joining us here. Let me start with you, Dr. Tanko. Now, the EC says it acknowledges the challenges and has even started working on correcting these anomalies. Isn't it okay for us to give them the time and space to correct the mistakes by themselves, because they are the constitutionally mandated body to carry out this?
Well, we are not satisfied with the answers from the Electoral Commission in the sense that this mess, as enumerated by my boss in the video that you just played, clearly when we demonstrated it in front of them, they were marveled with the extent of time that we've taken to painstakingly peruse their own register and show them this kind of anomalies. Clearly, they mess it up. They mess up it. So how can we trust them that they are the very body that can and bring back all this mess they have created? We think that, like my boss really put it out there, in 2012, similar thing happened. In fact, it didn't even reach this level. But Afghan accepted the call by the MPP. They requested for that audit in 2012, and it was granted. So why this time around the Electoral Commission doesn't want transparency, as can be seen in their motto, but they are always trying to shy away from this kind of thing.
But the Electoral Commission came out to agree with you when you earlier on indicated that there were some anomalies. They accepted it, and they've, as you say, began correcting those ones. Doesn't that tell you that they are willing to ensure the right things are done for this election?
This borders on trust issues. This borders on trust issues. This they have severally told us this. Don't forget, it is the same Electoral Commission that came out with a statement that their register was robust, credible, and can be used for purpose. Therefore, they should disregard all the noises that was going on. Today, can you call this register credible? If we hadn't pushed them, can you call this register credible? With all the discrepancies we have teased out for them, they didn't think that, or they didn't expect that we will come with this massive perusal that we've done in their register. And we are saying that to make the thing easier for everybody, why can't we allow an external body to do this forensic audit? Because they agreed in the meeting that they will be able to find the path of which the person who did the Pusiga transfer. Because somebody logged onto the GI system. They didn't provide it. And then they will give us the report by Monday. So clearly, it means something is wrong with their system. It's vulnerable. Anybody can get into it and start messing up the data. So we needed a forensic audit to find out the extent of damage done to this.
Now, Tanko, if the EC, I mean, reject the call for the forensic audit, that they would not undertake anything like that nature, I mean, what would the NDC do?
Well, that is why we are still pushing further. Because, well, when we brought our issues, they didn't dismiss it. They saw the wisdom in it, and they were so happy with us for having brought this to their notice. And then so we are going further. We are saying that not that we are antagonizing the Electoral Commission. What we are saying is that, look, to bring back this confidence that the general public has lost confidence in, why not let this forensic audit? We are pushing. Parliament is there. We've written to Parliament. We've written to our development partners to come in. Like my boss, Dr. Banibuama, rightly put it. UNDP, they are willing. They are waiting. They are ready. They did it in 2012. They are just expecting the Electoral Commission to send them a letter, and then they really support this process.
Tanko, I'm grateful to you for joining us here. Let me bring in Haruna Mohammed, who is Deputy General Secretary of the MPP. He joins us via phone. Haruna, so won't it be okay for the Electoral Commission to say, okay, let's open it up to a forensic audit if there is nothing to hide?
Thank you very much. We say good evening to your viewers out there, and good evening to my NDC brother on the other side of the conversation. Unfortunately, I have not had the hindsight to listen to the contribution of the NDC, and I have not also had the opportunity to listen to the press conference or the discussion that they have had as a party with respect to the opinions that they have expressed in terms of the problems or errors that they have identified within the space of the exhibition of the electoral register. What I do know is that there are rules and regulations pertaining to compilation, exhibition, and finalization of the register for the people of Ghana. And I believe that anything that would be lawful and to guarantee the safety and also to ensure that there is transparency to the electoral system that will sit within the remits of the law is welcome.
But they have said they have identified some anomalies, and which the EC has agreed with them. But because they don't trust the EC to undertake the corrections, they wish an independent body could do a forensic audit. Is there something you back them in calling for?
I think the NDC should refer all these matters to CI 127, that is relative to the conduct of elections in Ghana. Once it is about correction of the register, it should also make reference to CI 91, that is in responsibility of handling the preparation of register and what have you. I think that to call for an external forensic audit, I am not against that, but what's the truth of the law? Remember, when the NDC asked with the electoral committee on matters of seating of polling stations that did not have serial numbers and pin sheets, that we had issues with all that, and we needed an audit of that. We went to court. There was a court decision asking them to audit the thing. This was through an election petition process, and this was done. What is the position of the law in respect to the preparation of a register and the audit of a register?
Okay.
It is clear that exhibition is made to correct these errors. And what I do know is that the political parties have been given copies of this register, even though we dissatisfied the time in which we were given the register. We had some time to go through, and we are happy that our good brothers in the NDC are learning from us.
Okay.
And they are making sure that they are also they are looking out to find errors that is incompatible with data that they have. And their analysis and what it reveals does not bring finality to whether it is true or it is false.
Okay.
It is left with this to be compared with the data, and the Electoral Commission will be able to deliver and make corrections per the law.
Okay.
That is law related to exhibition in CI 127.
Mohammed, I'm grateful to you for joining here. Now, the countdown to December 7th election is on, and parties are still aggressively campaigning either to take over the seat of government or be maintained in power. The campaigns aren't without their funny moment. Prince Kwame Kudoga highlights some of them from the campaign trail in this report.
So which one is better, home used or brand new?
Minyanya president. Enti muvote mamia. Mubenya brand new tier rubber president. Na omampenye da radia. Muvote mamna. Na mwanya second hand failed president.
Na obise on the man obey tier rubber president. It is a president for. Na obiso ye to mana obey home second hand. I just used a driver. You see, yeah, second hander. And now yeah, adidada ye penisa. We say adidada and so and experience a womb.
Then the 24-hour economy policy of the NDC has been up for discussion.
Hospitality industry, our restaurants, our discotheques, our nightclubs, our hotels, 24/7, 24 hours a day.
Running mate to the flag bearer of the governing NPP, Dr. Matthew Poku-Prempeh, says he has a stronger reason why the policy is not feasible. Now the droughts in the northern regions have caused fears of imminent food shortage, but no one knows the cause.
Bibia ayedin omo bad luck nti metimi aka say omo bad luck nti so afi insurance.
Again, Dr. Baumia is strongly defending his records as vice president, which he says qualifies him to be the next president.
Ejuma Amaye with the 33 policies about Ghana. 33. Oman Penny Dada, not even one. On Bakupra only policy. Bakupra only policy. not one. India footballer. 33-0.
Some people today want to run for president, and so they have quickly pulled themselves back and are washing their hands and behaving as if they were not part of it. All of them, the day inside. When Vice President Baumia was saying, our economic management team, we have Professor Jambafo, we have Alan Chiramatin, we have Honorable Osafo Mafo, we have Ken Oforiata. What a solid team. What a solid team earlier.
But who exactly was this job for?
Economies here. Nehojo. Onyansafu oba. Onyansafu awanomusa. Oh, mukaso nyami ashirayen yo, nyami ashirayen. Anami catch him say, Ghana eya benya onyansafu awanomusa.
As election day approaches, the fun and punches keep flying. Politics in Ghana is never boring after all. Prince Kwame Kudoge's report for Joy.
This is still the Joy News Prime. We'll take a break here. I'll be back with more. Welcome back from the break now. The Health Services Workers Union is asking government to improve the working conditions of its members across the country. With the exception of the nurses and doctors, the group represents workers in 105 health categories. Now, the group is this week marking its 80th anniversary in Accra, where it is calling on government to improve the conditions of its workers who work tirelessly to push the agenda of Ghana's universal health coverage. Franklin Oswansa is the General Secretary of the Health Services Workers Union.
Unionism in the health sector is 80 good years this year. And unionism started in the Takrady, in the European hospital. Today we call it the Takrady District Hospital. That is where trade unionism started 80 years ago. We are commemorating the 80th anniversary of unionism in the health sector, specifically Health Services Workers Union of TUC. So first of all, I want to congratulate the health worker for working under these conditions for all these years and making sure that as Ghanaians, we enjoy this universal health coverage. But to our employers, because of the challenges we are facing, it is our prayer that they will listen to us, sit with us, negotiate for better conditions of service for our members. I think we can't achieve universal health coverage without the role that workers play. And for that matter, if we are happy to deliver this quality healthcare for Ghanaians. We are negotiating on our conditions of service. It's not good once we are still negotiating to mention the items, but government knows that we have something. So we are talking about allowances, we are talking about healthcare, we are also talking about leave and all other things that make up a condition of service. No, it will cover for the members of the Health Services Workers Union. These are 105 health categories. We don't cover doctors, we don't cover pharmacists, we don't cover nurses, but we are covering the 18 professions in the allied health service. We are also covering all the support staff, the ancillary staff as well, and this is the class of workers that we cover.
Now, the Ashanti South region of the Electricity Company of Ghana has initiated the installation of smart prepaid meters with sophisticated features to detect illegal tampering of power flow. Under the loss reduction project, postpaid meters are being replaced to address illegal power consumption and revenue leakages. The project is expected to make ECG meters easily accessible to reduce the stress of consumers, which has been a long-standing challenge. Here's a report by Clinton Yeboah.
The severe scarcity of meters plagues Electricity Company of Ghana service centers with consistent queues of customers. Despite this stress, the Ashanti South Region Business Unit of the ECG has also recognized levels of illegal power consumption among customers. In a bid to address the persistent issues of power theft and meter shortages, the Electricity Company of Ghana has launched the Loss Reduction Project. The project aims to eliminate the widespread issue of power theft, ensuring that the company effectively delivers on its mandate. With the introduction of a cutting-edge technology, ECG is replacing old prepaid meters without meter management systems with smart prepaid meters with advanced features to detect illegal connections and power thefts. The new meters are designed with multiple tamper-proof components that automatically cut off power supply if any interference is detected. Project manager of the Loss Reduction Project, Tamara Asumeni Wiafe, indicated ECG's private partnership will provide adequate supply of meters to provide reliable service to its customers.
In the past, we used to hear ECG has low meters, ECG has low meters. But as a company who are concerned about our customers, we decided to add the private sector participation to our work to enhance our meters supply.
The Electricity Company of Ghana Ashanti South Region Business Unit serves the districts New Adibiase, Asokwa, Bekwai, Dunkwao, Mansun Kwanta, and Obuasi. In Asokwa, over 100,000 meters will be installed for free as part of the first phase of the rollout. General Manager of ECG Ashanti South Region, Engineer Daniel Mensah Asari, says the new intervention will protect the company's revenue from the impact of power theft.
Through this project and per its name, Losses Reduction Project, we are going to reduce our system losses drastically. And for that matter, every power that every customer consumes, the customer is going to pay for it. And as we reduce the system losses, we are going to improve upon our financial sustainability to be able to deliver the very mandate and services that has been entrusted into our hands. Whatever it is, human as we are, no matter what you do, you will get people that will make an attempt to. So every now and then we try to introduce technology and means that will let us minimize. The best thing is to even avoid it completely. But avoidance may not be possible, but with these technologies, we are getting there, a situation where you will not be able to steal power.
Reporting for Joy News, my name is Clinton Yeboah.
Now, new data from the University of Chicago shows that the average person is losing nearly 2 years of life due to air pollution. Fine particulate matter in the air is shortening lifespans across the globe, making air pollution one of the most serious threats to human health. As the world marks International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies, stakeholders are calling on government to take action against the growing threat. Beat reporter Michael Ashley has more in the following report.
Air pollution, the invisible killer claiming lives across the globe, is now the second leading cause of premature deaths worldwide. In Ghana, it is responsible for 28,000 deaths every year, according to the World Health Organization. And across the world, it kills over 8 million people annually. Alarming figures from a UNICEF-backed report reveal that 1 child dies every minute due to the lethal effects of air pollution. Factories, waste burning, and most notably, the aging fleet of trotros remain the biggest contributors to this deadly menace. Tiny particles emitted from these sources penetrate deep into the lungs and can even enter the bloodstream, posing long-term health risk. New research from the Energy Policy Institute at the University of Chicago shows that the average person is losing nearly 2 years of life due to air pollution. Krista Hazenkopf is the director of the Clean Air Program at EPIC.
Globally, it does cause more deaths each year than HIV, AIDS, and malaria combined. I would also say from our study, if you look at West and Central Africa as a whole, we find that in some regions, particulate pollution is cutting life expectancy by as much as 5.1 years. And again, that's much higher than in the region HIV, AIDS, malaria, unsafe water, sanitation, and hand washing are causing.
Through projects like the Ghana Urban Air Quality and Breathe Accra, a network of air sensors has been deployed to monitor pollution levels across the city. These sensors have already identified 8 hotspots where pollution levels are most severe. Kelvin Yeboah is the project coordinator for Ghana AQ and Breathe Accra.
we've been able to set up a monitoring network. So now we have about 60 plus of low-cost air quality sensors in Accra. We are trying to bridge the data gap. And it will amaze you that we have a year's data, and then we've been able to identify about 8 air pollution hotspots in Accra.
In Accra alone?
Including Aboboshi Market, Nima Market, Madina Zongo Junction, La Paz, Choco.
Country lead of Clean Air Fund, Desmond Appiah, says it is time to pay critical attention to the menace.
We have to get to the point where we, the citizens, are demanding that it is not just nice to have a standard, but that it should be enforced to the point that the regulators have no option but to ensure laws are strong and biting.
As the world marks International Day of Clean Air for Blue Skies, the message is clear. Our fight against air pollution is just beginning, and the stakes have never been higher. With open access data on air quality, we may stand a chance to win the fight. For Joy News, Michael Ashale.
Well, we'll take a break here. We'll be back with Showbiz. Do stay.